Hey, it's Mike, 518 Mobile RV Repair. Back at the shop this week, finishing up the slide-out floor from last week, doing some final adjustments and details on that. Pulling a Class A bus in here, doing some slide-out diagnostic, looking at some leak problems we got on that, and getting into some hydraulic lines and a Jayco Precept this week. Let's get started. Alright, getting the final details done on this slide-out here. The boys have been working hard on it. Carpets into it. Put a little rail down at the bottom. That wall had a little bit of water standing to it, so we're taking care of that. No rot to it, just some staining on the top of the paper. So carpet's in on this. Bottom rail's in, trimmed in, looking good. Window treatments are back on, all sealed in. And body sealant's in progress on this. So we're left with putting the couch back in, getting some final slide-out adjustments on this thing so the water's running off from it, not towards the body of the camper like it was when it came to us. I don't believe that's what caused the floor problem. Like I said before, it was definitely the side channels causing this, which is what the Schwintec indicated. So we had started putting the couch in and doing some adjustments on this. Alright, so just a little quick note here. We're talking about slide-out maintenance. These are some things that you definitely want to do at least a couple of times a year if you have slide-outs. That is cleaning and lubricating your wiper seals, top, bottom, sides, and also if you've got the rack and pinion style, you're going to want to clean and lubricate those bars. You're going to want to clean and lubricate all of your underneath pieces as well. The slide out's all adjusted, cleaned up, lubricated, ready to go. This is going to save wear and tear on those seals. Also adds a UV application to it as well. Extends the life of them. So slide out maintenance key if you got them. If you don't, one less thing to do for camping season. Alright, next up in the shop we've got this Thor Aria, and this has come in with some slide out problems, Schwintec issues. We diagnosed this in the fall time for the customer out at the campground and got the slide out back in for them. Now what we have found on this specific unit is a couple of things on the Schwintec. So first of all, the motor itself is very weak. The motors in these Schwintecs are located at the top side of the racks behind the slide out, so you can take a peek of where that's at right there. Now that motor is what drives the slide racks. It's got a double rack on the top and a single on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the old slide out motor out of here. We use one of our jumper harnesses to make it work. I've got a sneaking suspicion that the harness as well from the manufacturer is gone bad. Now, a couple other problems that are going on with this is that it's got a basement floor, is what we would call it, and these floors and these types of units are having issues with the sealing. So very, very soft floor, kind of like what you've seen before with our foam core floors, kind of the same idea. So we're going to take a look at getting a solution for this customer on this, and take a look at the leveling jacks that are reading that they're down when they're actually up. So, and that's on a also on a Lippert leveling system as well. So a little bit to go on this Aria. We'll check back in on it and get you a diagnosis and some fixes. All right, back in the shop, I got the Jayco Precept. You might remember this from a few videos ago. Had the quote-unquote laundry list to it. We finally got some approval from the warranty company and the customer. Parts have finally arrived, so the Precept's back in the bay to get some hydraulic hoses back on for the leveling system, some cable TV repairs, some repairs on the running light system, and a couple miscellaneous things. So the Precept will be working on, ready to get started on these hydraulic hoses to get the leveling system back up and running for the customer. Alright, here we are, finished product on this. Slide out is completed, all adjusted, couch back in, electrical's up and running, everything's looking good on this. So slide out's all done, toy hauler's ready for camping season. On to the next. Alright, back on the Thor Class A. We did get the slide motor put into this. As you can see, you got the old one right here. Obviously, he's got some condensation issues, and basically what's coming on is that it does go in and out. However, it's amping out, so the motor itself is bad. We also found some communications issues with the wiring for this as well, so we put a new communications cable harness to that motor as well, and this slide out is back up and running for this customer. I'm going to do a little slide out maintenance on this as well, clean up some seals and clean up where the V-rollers are, lubricate those as well to get going for that. So slide out, back up and running for this Schwintec unit on the Thor Class A Aria. Now we're going to take a look at some other issues as well. The slide out floor in the kitchen on this is kind of dipping down. Take a look at the rack system, do some diagnosis on that. But as far as this Schwintec system, it is operating, it is going in and out. Problem solved. Alright, next up we got this small Class A motorhome that the rear jack stabilizer systems have seized up, and we've got a burnt out motor in the other one. Now these are pretty corroded underneath here, and the customer has opted to go with changing them out. So we've pre-built the new one right there, and we're getting ready to put this up and underneath this little Class A motorhome, get it back up and running for the customer. Alright, that's a wrap for the shop this week. Hopefully next week we'll get this pre-step finished up, a couple little small items. We're going to pull in a fifth wheel, do some fresh slide topper installations on it, check out some accessories that are on that unit as well, and hopefully get into a new roof job as well. So we'll see you guys next week. Remember, like this video, subscribe to the page for more content. We'll see y'all next week. Happy camping.